What's up, everybody? I'm Tyler Caldwell, and this is Long Live the King, Mad MoFo Habano.
I am Alan Britt, and this is The King is Dead Escape Plan.
That's right. And these are the two newest releases by Caldwell Cigar Company, available now at smokingpipes.com. And we want to let you guys know a little bit about these blends and these cigars and everything here.
Most definitely. We're both self-admitted Caldwell fanboys. Super excited for new PCA releases. This one I'm smoking is The King is Dead Escape Plan. It's kind of a tweaked version of the original King is Dead. Same binder, same wrapper, which you don't see often on a line extension.
Sure.
But they've gone through different processes, fermentation, and they're also different primings. And I think overall it just makes for a bit more subtle profile, a more nuanced profile than the original. So if you enjoy the original and you kind of want to tone it down, sit and enjoy a cigar by yourself, one that you can actually think about, this is great for that.
Absolutely. And this is also technically a relaunch. Originally came out in, I believe, 2021. What do you think of it so far?
Man, I really, really love it. So me and you were talking before the video about the original release. We went back and revisited it a year and a half, 2 years after the original release. And I remember you smoked one and came and grabbed me and said, hey, when's the last time you smoked one of these? They aged beautifully. I mean, after a couple years, the aging potential on these is just nuts. It's incredible. So the Escape Plan is available in 4 sizes. They've got some pretty weird names, so I'm not going to get into that. But essentially, it's a Robusto, Toro, Corona Gorda, and my favorite, the Churchill. When these originally released in 2021, I smoked through all the sizes as we do. And even though we're normally Corona Gorda guys, the Churchill, to me, is the most nuanced, the most flavorful. I love it. So with this coming back after 4 years, it was originally intended to be a yearly limited release. Unfortunately, the Ventura suffered a fire, and that kind of halted production on these for a long time. But now they're back. And another really cool mention is that this is the first box press cigar that Caldwell's done in the DR. I think it just adds a world of flavor to this cigar. Probably helps out with that nuanced character. It's a very dry profile, almost like a dry red wine.
Sure.
Super puckering, but it's super earthy. There's some plummy sweetness and just a rich chocolate flavor throughout. And like we talked about earlier, I think the aging potential just makes it more rich as the years go on.
And, you know, to kind of go along with the idea of the box press here, also with the box press, you can look at that construction there. It really helps with building on the long ashes, stacking dimes, as we like to say.
Stacking those dimes.
And, you know, to kind of go along with the flavor profile, I don't know if it's like an imagery thing for me because of like the almost like that gold caramel look to like the wrapper and the bands that are on there. I've always gotten, even with the original release and with the new ones, almost like this hint of like caramel to it, like almost like a little creamy body of like a sweet caramel.
I mean, caramel at its root is burnt sugar.
Well,
and it does have a kind of toasty, sugary note to it that I've never really associated with caramel, but that's pretty caramelly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it sounds to me like the Escape Plan is excellent. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this guy here. Once again, this is the Mad MoFo Habano version of the Long Live the King. And if you've ever had the original, which was a Maduro version, this will be up your alley, but I will say this is going to be definitely on the stronger side. And I would even dare to say possibly the strongest cigar that Caldwell's ever come out with.
Yeah, super stout and super tasty.
Right.
The first time we smoked these not too long ago, we were in my office, and I lit one up and immediately kind of,
The look on your face was just like, All right, let me go grab one. It's time for me to smoke it.
Yeah.
I knew I had to.
I had to brace myself.
Well, what I find interesting about this is, one of my personal favorite Caldwell cigars was always the original Mad Mofo. And when I found out, Robert was basically, what the hell, let's just go ahead and make a Habano version of it, I was very excited. I personally like things to be a little on the spicier, stronger side. And you're definitely going to get that with these. Especially if you do any type of retro healing, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel a little tingle on your nose hairs there. But let me talk to you about the blend a little bit. Obviously, in the title there, Habano, you're going to have a Habano wrapper, a Sumatra binder. You're going to have Nicaraguan, Dominican, and U.S. Pennsylvania grown fillers to go with that. All of those tobaccos together should clearly indicate where that pungentness is going to come in with smoking these. You're also going to get 10 count boxes, and if you need more cigars than 10, you can always go for the 20 count box here with these guys. But 10 count boxes on the Mad Mofo here. You're going to get a Bellicoso, which is what I'm smoking now. You're going to get a Corona, my personal favorite so far, a Super Toro, and a Magnum, which is more like a 660 range for you guys who like that those honkers in your mouth,
I think the most exciting thing about these two releases are, at least when I think Caldwell and probably many others, you think milder, more softer cigars. Sure. And both of these kind of have some kick to them, and some body and some strength. So maybe if you haven't smoked Caldwell because you like fuller cigars, these are two added to the portfolio that you can really probably enjoy more than usual.
Absolutely. Robert's taste has always been on the milder side, on the creamier side, a little bit on the woodsy side. If you handed me this cigar with no band and you didn't tell me what it was, I wouldn't think it would come from him.
Right.
But I'm really glad that he came out with these cigars here because these things are delicious.
So both of these cigars are on site now. These escape plans are limited, so grab them before I do. Mad Mofo Habano is a regular production in the lineup. Get some, smoke them, let us know what you think. Smoke more Caldwell.
That's right.